Hi, this is Mato. In this video, I will show the game between Levon Aronian and Vasily Ivanchuk. This is the game from round 10 of the Candidates tournament that was played in London in 2013. Aronian had white pieces and he started with d4. Ivanchuk played knight to f6, c4, e5, and we have Budapest gambit. Pawn takes pawn, attacking the knight. Knight to g4, attacking the pawn on e5. Alternative is knight to e4. Knight to g4 is the more popular move, and that is the move played in our game. Knight to f3, defending the pawn. Knight to c6, attacking the pawn again. Bishop to f4. Bishop to b4 check. And we have knight to c3, the most ambitious continuation. There is another way to play, and that is knight from b to d2. This is the most popular move if white doesn't want to have doubled pawns on c file. And the game may continue like this: queen to e7, a3, and I'd like to show you this variation. Now, not moving the bishop, but knight takes on e5. Is it okay to capture the bishop? If the best move is knight takes knight on e5, what happens if pawn takes bishop? What would you play in this position if you had black pieces? Maybe knight takes pawn? Or maybe there is even a better move. Can you see it? Knight to d3, checkmate, smothered mate. Okay, let's go back to our position. There is another move that white can play, and that is bishop to d2. This is not very popular continuation, but let's have a look at this continuation. Then the game may continue like this: queen to e7, a3, bishop takes bishop, queen takes bishop, knight takes pawn, material is equal, knight takes knight, knight takes knight, e3, b6, and black is okay. In our game we have knight to c3, bishop takes knight check, pawn takes bishop, queen to e7, 3 attackers on the pawn, queen to d5, defending the pawn, f6, pawn takes pawn, knight takes pawn, attacking the queen, queen to d3, d6, g3, white wants to fianchetto the bishop to g2, castling, bishop to g2, bishop to g4, white castled kingside, rook from a to e8, threat is queen takes pawn on e2, rook from a to e1, king to h8, king safety first. Aronian played knight to d4, knight to e5, bishop takes knight, pawn takes bishop, attacking the knight on d4, knight to f5, bishop takes knight, queen takes bishop, knight to d7, discovered attack on the queen, queen to e4, c6. The dust has settled a bit. White is a pawn up, although pawns are double, but pawn is a pawn. Additionally, black has isolated pawn on a file. Would you be rather white or black in this position? It appears that white is slightly better. Rook to d1, placing the rook on the open file. Knight to b6. attacking the pawn on c4. Rook to d3, planning to double the rooks on d file. Queen to c5, and the threat is queen takes pawn on c4. Queen to h4, planning bishop to e4, attacking on h7, threatening checkmate on h7. g6, bishop to e4, king to g7, king to g2, queen takes pawn on c4, material is equal. But now black is standing slightly better. Threat is also queen takes pawn on a2. And if black can survive the middle game, he will win in the endgame. Rook from f to d1. Queen takes pawn on a2. And now black is a pawn up. g4. Rook to f4. Note how the knight on b6 prevents rook to d7 check. It is white to move. And Aronian found very clever move in this position. What is the clever move? Bishop to f5. Very nice. And Ivanchuk played knight to d5. What's wrong with pawn takes bishop? Let's have a look what happens if pawn takes bishop. Very nicely planned by Aronian. Rook to d7 check. Knight takes rook. Rook takes knight check. King to f8. Check. King to g8. Queen to g7. Checkmate. In the game we have knight to d5. Rook to h3. Threat is queen takes on h7 check. Defending the pawn. Aronian played e3, attacking the rook. Ivanchuk captured the bishop on f5. It is white to move. White captured the rook, and game finished right there. Why? Black lost on time. Possible continuation if black had time. This is possible continuation, attacking the rook. Rook takes knight. Check. Rook to f3. Queen takes rook. Queen to g5 check. King to f8. Queen takes pawn check. King to e7. Pawn takes pawn. And white is winning. White is a pawn up in a better position. White king is safe and black king is not. Very interesting game. What do you think of this game? And that is all. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. I wish you good luck with your chess, and bye for now.